Big Hero Chris here. Back at you again. Another video. Got the Elimination Chamber that just happened. Good. A lot happened on that show. Wow. Wow. I'm gonna just get right into it and just jump right to the main event. So for the main event was the Raw Elimination Chamber match, and as I'm watching, I was thinking, well, why didn't they make the SmackDown Chamber the SmackDown Elimination Chamber the main event? And then The Miz came out, and I'm like, oh, that's why. So for the Raw Elimination Chamber match, Drew McIntyre retained. He's still the WWE champion, but then out of nowhere, Bobby Lashley comes out of nowhere. Bobby Lashley comes out of nowhere, and he attacks Drew McIntyre. He's throwing him everywhere. He's jacking him up. He puts him in the Hurt Lock, and then The Miz comes out, and he cashes in his Money in the Bank briefcase, and now The Miz is the new WWE champion. And the thing is, I should have known. That this was going to happen. For whatever reason, my brain didn't connect the fact that it's the Elimination Chamber. Miz is still Mr. Money in the Bank. It will be the perfect opportunity. And even throughout the show, even like during the pre-show, what's his name, Rosenberg, he even said that Miz would be dumb if he didn't cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase tonight. And then another thing that happened during the show, Miz got his face slapped off by Bad Bunny. So I'm thinking, okay, they're gonna move on with the whole Bad Bunny Miz feud. I'm not even thinking about the fact that he's still Mr. Money in the Bank and it's the Elimination Chamber. So this will be a prime opportunity for him to cash in. So the fact that he did cash in and he's now the WWE champion. What the? Oh man, I should have seen it coming. As far as the SmackDown side of things, you have Kevin Owens, Jey Uso, Daniel Bryan, Cesaro, King Corbin, and Sami Zayn. They're going at it in the Elimination Chamber match to see who would face Roman Reigns and after the Chamber. So after the Elimination Chamber match gets done, then you immediately go into the match with Roman Reigns. And Cesaro looked like a freaking superhero, super Swiss robot cyborg. What do they call him? The Swiss cyborg. He just looked like a super Captain America, Black Panther, Swiss Army, whatever, rolled into one. This dude's a beast, man. I wouldn't mind seeing Cesaro win the Universal Champion sometime this year. I wouldn't mind seeing that one bit. He looked super strong. Jey Uso, man. We got to see that good old main event Jey Uso. He's actually the one that eliminated Cesaro. He eliminated Kevin Owens as Cesaro's leaving the Elimination Chamber. Jey had Kevin Owens' arm trapped in the door, and he's just ramming the door on his arm and super kicked him, and he super kicked him again, hit him with a big splash, eliminated Kevin Owens. It came down to Daniel Bryan and Jey Uso as the final two. Daniel Bryan wins, but he looks like he just ran through. He's been through it. His legs messed up. He just looks messed up. So now you go from dealing with the Elimination Chamber to facing Roman Reigns. And so the Elimination Chamber is coming up. You hear Roman Reigns music. He's walking out to the ring. And it's like, oh my God, this boy is about to get messed up. And Roman Reigns finally makes his way into the ring. And he's setting up Daniel Bryan up with a spear, but Daniel Bryan reverses it into the S-lock. But then Roman Reigns gets out of it. He starts pummeling Daniel Bryan, boom, 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 boom. And he locks in the guillotine, and Daniel Bryan just passes out, and Roman Reigns wins. As for the overall match itself, the overall Elimination Chamber match, I had way more fun with this than I did the Raw Elimination Chamber match. Sami Zayn is the MVP of the whole entire show. He during his entrance, he's making his way out to the ring, and he has his camera crew with him, and he's getting into his pod, and the referee ejects his camera people. And Sammy's like, "Why? I paid for these people. Like, why are you eliminating my camera crew?" And you can hear him. So commentator's talking to him, or commentator's talking, and you can hear Sami Zayn off camera yelling, Corey Graves, tell him that this is injustice. Tell the people that this is injustice." And throughout the match, he's just talking trash to everybody. He's in his pod. When it's time for him to enter into the match, he's not wanting to come out of his pod. He's keeping it closed. Like, Sami Zayn is just hilarious. He was, like I said, he's the MVP of this match. He's the MVP of the show. And then Roman Reigns coming out and just choking out Daniel Bryan to retain his title, and you think everything's cool with him. He's looking strong. And then Edge comes out of nowhere and hits Roman with a spear. And then Edge pops up and immediately points at the WrestleMania sign. So that's confirming officially, finally, Edge picked Roman to face is the one he wants to face at WrestleMania soon. And they announced it later in the show that it's official now. It's going to be Edge and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. And I just let out this big sigh of relief because now we can move on with this story. We also had the tag team match for the women's tag team championships. And like I said in my SmackDown review, this match came about because a dude pinned one half of the women's tag team champions in a 6-person tag team match on the show before the Elimination Chamber. Even though we already have number one contenders for the tag team championships, we have on the NXT side, we have a team that won a whole tournament, but you opt for a thrown together tag team because a dude pinned one half of your tag team champions. The match itself was okay. You had Reginald come out and he tried to interfere. Like, he came out with a bottle of wine and he tried to hand it to Sasha Banks to I guess hit Nia Jax over the head. I don't know. Nia and Shayna won, so that's cool. I still think that this is going to lead to Sasha versus Bianca Belair at WrestleMania. I don't know how we're going to get there at this point because you have the added mix of Reginald, and with Reginald, of course, comes Carmella, so I don't know. But as long as this leads to Sasha versus Bianca, I guess it's cool, but how we're getting there is kind of suspect to me. But it is what it is. It's cool, I guess. Whatever. It wasn't anything bad or anything that made me just want to just turn the show off, but it was just there. Lastly, we have the United States Championship match. And what was originally supposed to be a triple threat match between Bobby Lashley, Riddle, and Keith Lee. It was announced that Keith Lee is injured, so he couldn't compete. So on the pre-show, they had a fatal 4-way between Ricochet, Mustafa Ali, Elias, and John Morrison to see who would take that the third person spot in the triple threat match. John Morrison won the fatal 4-way, so he was inserted into the triple threat match, and the match itself was fine. It was cool. It was mostly Bobby Lashley just destroying everyone, just looking super strong. So what Riddle and John Morrison had to do, they ended up having to team up to kind of take Lashley out of the picture for a little bit, so it could be more of a one-on-one match. What ended up happening is you had MVP, who accompanied Bobby Lashley to the ring, and he's injured as well. He came out with a crutch, and during the match, John Morrison hit, I think was the Starship Pain on Lashley, and Lashley kicked out. And you had MVP on the outside just talking trash to Morrison, like, okay, you really thought that was gonna work? You really thought that was gonna work against the Almighty God Lashley? Come on, son. So John Morrison ended up taking MVP's crutch, and he was gonna hit. Oh no, he did hit Lashley with it, I think, and it didn't affect Lashley at all. He ended up locking Morrison in the Hurt Lock, and then Riddle rolls back in the ring. He said, Morrison didn't hit Lashley with the crutch. I think he swung, he missed. Anyway, Lashley locks in the Hurt Lock on John Morrison. Riddle comes in, hits Lashley with a crutch. Lashley rolls out of the way. Riddle hits the Bro Derek on Morrison, and he's the new United States champion. And I kind of figured that's what was going to happen, because I figured that Lashley was going to lose. Originally, I thought it was going to be to either Riddle or Keith Lee, because it's a triple threat match, and either guy could be pinned without Lashley having to take the pin, and he can still look strong in defeat, even though he's not champion anymore. In this case, Riddle won. He's the new United States champion, so Lashley's just going crazy. He's going off. He's trying to kill everybody. Riddle gets out of the way. He's the new champion, and that actually played into what happened in the main event. You saw backstage. Actually, you saw a couple backstage segments. You saw, of course, the segments between Miz and Bad Bunny, where Bad Bunny just slapped the ever-loving taste out of Miz's mouth. And then later in the night, after the United States Championship match, you saw MVP talking to The Miz, I guess, working out the deal where Lashley comes out, attacks whoever won the Raw Elimination Chamber match. In this case, it was Drew McIntyre. And then you have Miz come out and cash in. So Monday Night Raw is going to be very interesting to see, because of course you're going to have Miz talking all that trash about how we won. It's going to be interesting to see how the Hurt Business plays into this, because you know it's business. So I imagine that MVP coming out during Miz's celebration saying, all right, Lashley helped you win the WWE Championship. It's time to collect. So it's just going to be interesting to see. Oh my God, Miz is WWE Champion in 2021. And it's cool, I guess. I don't know. Overall, Elimination Chamber was a good show. It flew by quick. It wasn't a lot of matches. I think it was 4 or 5 matches on the card. It was cool. It was a good show. But those are my thoughts. What did you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, if you're new, subscribe, ring the notification bell, leave me a thumbs up. All that fun jazz, especially the thumbs up part, because it makes me feel better. It gives me warm feelings in my heart. And if you're new, subscribe. Let me know what you guys thought about the Elimination Chamber match, or the Elimination Chamber show. What was your favorite match? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Let me know. 2021, and Miz is WWE Champion. Who saw this coming? Huh.